Let's go back to the lines. Who are we going to go and speak to? Let's go and speak to... Once someone puts a caller up there for me. There we go. Gary, the Liverpool fan. Good evening, Gaz.
Hey, boys. You okay? Okay?
Good evening, pal.
How's your throat, Gaz? You've been shouting, Gaz?
Yeah, yes. I went to the hospital a few months ago, right? He said, you're a club singer. I went, yes, aren't you? The amount of scar tissue on my voice box.
Is that right? That's you in the cop, isn't it, Gaz?
It's me. My son's he's screaming at me lads because he's slacking off. That's what it is.
All right. Who's go on, Gaz. What do you want to say, mate?
No, listen. I've been on before and said, Jason, about the world obsessed with comparables, comparing. Why can't we be unique? Why can't we have a manager who's doing? You've got the elite players. The elite needs to be the people on the pitch. You don't necessarily have to be elite off the pitch. Yeah, as long as we're organised and the work's put into horses and courses. Because tournament football is not like the Premier League. If you saw Premier League football, which, by the way, that was the nearest you get into Premier League football tonight in an international game. If you bring the Premier League to a tournament football, you're not winning it.
Yeah, I mean, you do need a little bit of good fortune to win any cup competition, especially something like the World Cup. You need one of the two decisions to go your way. You do need that, you know.
Yeah.
But right now, there's a general consensus of opinion that we do have a squad of players, certainly in the attacking half of the pitch, that actually in the last 5.5 games, let's be honest, we didn't score in open play until Luke Shaw scored. It was just the first goal in open play in this particular tournament that we've underachieved. And I think that's a fair criticism, Gaz.
No, it is. But I think sometimes the amount of pressure and the tabloids and all, like the people on Facebook and Instagram and all this palaver puts pressure on them. Let them express themselves. Let them be brave. Let them take a little chance without any criticism. But the problem is that they're scared to just express themselves because they've got to, they're worrying about everything, do you know? Just let them go out there and play, as you say. Sterling, for me, right, people criticise him, stats don't lie, in all fairness. If you want someone like Butson Wayne or, Ian Rush, you're not getting that. Sterling's not that. But Sterling does things that they didn't, so you've got to appreciate him for what he does. Kane, Saka, I agree. Sterling, Kane and Saka, they're the front three. End of story. Do not pass goal, do not collect £200, in all fairness. But we do, defensively, need to have cutthroat defenders who do not...
So who's your defenders then? Because fingers crossed that Stone's hamstring isn't as bad as they can be. Who knows? But if let's assume for the sake of this conversation he's not fit, who are you playing?
Well, to be fair, the lad... the right back for City centre half.
Carl Walker.
Carl Walker. He's just got to play him no matter whether he's playing right back as a wing back, and right back as right back or centre half. I'd play him all day. He's the only person on the planet who gets quicker the older he gets. So I'd always have him in the team, 100%. I feel sorry. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I do feel sorry for Harry Maguire because he's under a lot of pressure and put him under a lot of pressure by even selecting him, to be fair.
But he's got a plan, thanks to Colin. You said it, Carl, in the green room. He's playing Maguire into form in an England shirt because he's not. It doesn't look like he's going to get, certainly in the big games, the Premier League games, he's going to get a chance at United.
Yeah, I mean that's what he's had to do. He's had to bite the bullet. I mean, it's not great on Maguire because it is putting him under pressure. But if he doesn't play him, then he can't play him in the World Cup. And we know from now that Harry Maguire is going to play for England in the World Cup. And it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one because, like tonight, if the results hadn't gone right, he would have taken a huge amount of criticism, Gareth Southgate. He's got away with it because the result is right. If Harry's, and it's not nice to keep talking about Harry, but he's not having a good time. His confidence isn't good. Even when he walks out that first game in at the World Cup, he's not going to be going out there feeling full of confidence because he's not playing football and he's not playing well. No. And that's hard for a player and for a manager to put. You've got to save the kid from himself by saying, you know what, right? I've got to leave you out of this.
He's going to play him.
He's 100%.
The question is, should he? He's definitely going to play him.
Yeah.
I mean, now that the injuries happened to John Stones, and look, we're not that far away. So it's not just getting back playing, it's getting back match fit. I wonder whether that might be the end of his World Cup, Gareth and Stones.
Well, it depends, like you said, how long it's going to be. We're not too far away now.
But are we going to get into that situation where we might find ourselves picking an injured centre half that hasn't played that many games because?
Well, we can't do that. We can't do that. He's got to. So
who comes in then? I mean, Ben White at Arsenal. He's played right back. I get that.
Yeah.
But if you are going to play anyone, is there a chance he could come in?
Yeah, Ben White could come in, and tomorrow could come in. Tomorrow's done brilliant. He should have played the other night.
Yeah, I agree
he should have played the other night. You see, this is where. And this it's constructive criticism. So, because I'm 100% behind Gareth, 100% behind him, but it's constructive. That was his opportunity to put tomorrow. It's his own ground in Italy, right? And the fans would have liked that, regardless of the result, to see how he'd perform. It gives us that balance on the left hand side, because I don't like when I see Maguire. He comes onto his left foot. He's got to cut back inside. I don't like to see that. I like the balance of a left footer. If you can get it all the way through the side, it's brilliant. Getting a left-footed centre back, a left-footed, obviously left full back, and then a left.
It does give you balance.
It just gets back because the ball can come out that side, and you can keep it going down one way. Whereas the teams who are playing against us know that every time the ball goes to Harry Maguire, he's going to check back on his right foot.
That's right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But that was his opportunity to do that, and he's got to. I think, was it in the opening game of the Euros? I could be stood corrected, but I think he started with Stones and Tyrone Mings.
Yeah, Harry Maguire wasn't fit that first game, was he?
Well, I don't think
he was fit the first game. Was he?
Well, he did.
Anyway, we'll get someone to tell us
that. I don't think he played the first game, and Tyrone Mings started. And I know Tyrone takes a lot of criticism, but I'll tell you what, if you look at the way he's performed in his last 3 or 4 games since being dropped, stripped of the captaincy, he's come back. He's played very, very well and he's got experience of playing